Tonight at Warrior Stadium at Weddington High School, it's a marquee matchup not only in the Charlotte region, but in the state of North Carolina, as a couple of top 25 teams in the state go at it. The South Meck Sabres at 10-3-3 on the road against the Weddington Warriors at 8-4-3 in this non-conference matchup. Hi everybody, John Gross with you here at Weddington High School on a beautiful night. Definitely a bit hot here, but should be a really fun matchup. And you take a look at the South Meck side of things. Lily Heaslett, one of the top goalkeepers in the region, has only conceded 7 goals all season. She's headed to play her college soccer in the ACC at Syracuse. Has allowed just 7 goals individually for a team that has conceded just 8 all year. Meanwhile, for Weddington, this is a squad that is led offensively by Paige Santos. Leads this team with 5 assists. Head coach Powell Williams says that she is a stud. The attack runs through her due to her vision and her ability. Loves her playmaking abilities. 5 assists this year to lead this team, but she can also score some goals. Has 3 this year after netting 18 goals a season ago. You see Weddington huddling up at 8-4-3 in the season. 3-0-2 in the conference play, unbeaten in 7 straight matches. But this is a non-conference matchup between 2 of the top teams in the area. South Meck 10-3-3 in the year, 7-2 in conference action, coming off of a loss against Ardrey Kell. There is Paige Santos, the team leader in assists, the sophomore. That's one of the themes for Weddington this season. It is a young team, but despite that youth, despite some inexperience, they find themselves in a really good spot as the regular season begins to wind down. Tybee Beecham stands in the center circle. South Meck in the white kits. As we await the whistle, and we are underway here at Warrior Stadium. South Meck and Weddington. A critical late season non-conference matchup. These two teams played a season ago. It was a South Meck 2-0 win. Weddington enters today ranked 19th in the high school overtime state rankings. Meanwhile, South Meck ranked 18th in the state according to high school overtime. Weddington unbeaten in 7 straight. Last loss came against Ardrey Kell back on March 19th, a 1-0 loss in a rematch of last year's Final Four fixture. During that stretch, the Warriors outscoring the opposition 20-5. Meanwhile, South Meck coming off of that 1-0 loss. Besides that, though, they've been pretty dominant this season. Here is Paige Santos streaking down that left flank. Santos lifts it back for... It's lifted up by Taylor. Played centrally for Watson. And Zoe Key gives it away, as it's won right back by Lily Devereaux, the Mississippi State commit. That's popped in the area and trickles out for a goal kick. Look at the replay. We've seen now twice already Weddington able to get the ball in those wide areas. Good service there, and a early goal kick for Lily Heaslett, coming off of a 5-save performance. Did concede that goal in the second half against Ardrey Kell. That loss for South Meck follows a 4-match winning streak. Here is Santos on it once more. Catterville wins it back for Weddington. Key angles it wide. Watson tries to drive one across. Heads over the end line. Kept in play by Heaslett. Allowed just 7 goals this season. 51 saves for the senior keeper for South Meck. Suttles able to settle Now given away. Haven't really seen much sustained possession in the early goings for the visitors, as it's cleared away by Madison Motto. Rothenberger now taking on two defenders. Risky feed, given away at the back. And Catterville gives it away as it's flicked forward. And Heaslet again all over it. Well, speaking with Weddington head coach Powell Williams earlier in the week, he said the key for his team today, don't give up an early goal. His team plays fairly well in the first half of matches, but excels in the second half, and certainly much easier to play downhill in a match than trying to pull one out late, courtesy of conceding an early goal. Here's an early free kick for the Sabres. Caroline Wawek, an ETSU commit. One of a handful of South Meck players headed to play college soccer. Just goes to show the talent on both of these rosters. Both programs have found success in recent years. They've made some fairly deep runs into the postseason. Here's Canty. Tries to drive one to the edge of the 18. Directed out of there towards Zoe Key. And it heads out for a throw. Again, it's Canty, the junior. Angled out wide. Bit of space to work with on that left flank. Towards Bernath, and scooped up by Motto. The junior goalkeeper coming off of a 6-save performance in a 0-0 draw against Marvin Ridge. That was a battle for first place in the league. The second time this season that Marvin Ridge and Weddington have tied in a match. That battle coming down to the wire in terms of the conference standings. Nixon. That pass read perfectly by Devereaux. She angles it wide. And it's popped into the hands of Heaslet. No trouble. Really good goalkeeping matchup today. Of course, Heaslet headed to Syracuse. She'll be playing at the ACC after her final high school season. Meanwhile, Madison Motto has put up some really good numbers this year. A third-year varsity goalkeeper. And Powell Williams feels that when she's playing at her best, we can really hang with anybody. Harris now goes to work on Taylor. Harris splits through two. Knocked out of the area. And a chance for Santos and company to counter. Trata Catterville tries to sneak one through. And it's well read by Canty. Bernath taps wide. Beecham as Bernath goes down behind the play. Tries to cut back and lost it along the touchline. Heads out for Weddington throw. Temperatures in the mid-80s. It is a hot one for early May. And an early alteration for Powell Williams' squad. There's Santos, so skillful on the ball, able to tap it ahead. Played long. He's lit well off her line. Bernath gets rid of it.
I want to say so.
Again, Weddington trying to lead a counter. Ball kept in play by Watson. Now heads over the touchline for a Weddington throw. This is the final match, non-conference match of the regular season for Weddington. And it has been a treacherous non-conference. There was certainly a handball. And this match against South Meck, just the latest installment of a non-conference schedule that really tests this Warrior team. And a free kick coming for the home side. Addie Long stands over it. 3 goals and 2 assists this season for the junior. Long plays it short. Suttles lets it fly. And the first save of the night for Lily Heaslett. Quickly bombs it down the pitch. It's been a couple flurries of possession for Weddington in the early goings of this one. As Key watches it roll out for a South Meck throw. South Meck also has navigated a difficult non-conference schedule. Huff, Hoggard, Marvin Ridge, today against Weddington. All major challenges for a team with its sights set on a postseason run. Same goes for Weddington. Here's Arndt. Caroline Arndt gives it away. Solid challenge, wins it right back for the Warriors. Santos. Suttles nearly muscled off of it. And there's a whistle. Hannah Harris a little too physical. Take a look back at that replay. Yeah, the jersey tug, that'll certainly do it. Barnath tries to lift it down the pitch, stays with Weddington. Abby Hoover now on it, the Warriors' leading goal scorer. Has 8 goals this season. So dangerous with the ball on her feet. She tries to drive this goalward. And that did head over the end line. So a corner kick in the way, first corner of the night for either team. And you see it's Hoover just able to put her head down. Has a nose for goal, according to Powell Williams, the 17th-year head coach. And Ava Suttles will make her way to the corner flag. First corner kick of the night for either team. In swinger from Suttles towards the back post. Captain play to Arndt. 1-2 attempt unsuccessful. And a goal kick coming for the visitors. Lily Heaslett, a 2-time all-conference keeper. Now up to 52 saves in the year, allowing just 7 goals. Catterville has it booted away by Caroline Wawak. And a free kick awarded to the Sabres. You see this challenge. A little shove from behind by Abby Hoover. It's another thing that Powell Williams talked about, the physicality that she brings. He called her an absolute junkyard dog of a player. See that physicality right there as it's lifted towards goal. Headed out of the area. Now flicked back into the box. Foot race to it, won by Gabby Watson. A little bit of a heavy touch, heads back to Weddington. Santos tries to dance around Watson. Watson stays on Santos, works the end line, crosses central. Settle to the feet of Nixon and heads the opposite way. You see what Weddington is able to accomplish when Paige Santos can get the ball in that attacking third, draws so much attention. Somebody who scored 18 goals last year, but has been quite the distributor this season with 5 assists. Long sends it wide for Zoe Key. Centers to Hoover. Hoover goes down, and a throw in for the Warriors. Addie Long ready to put it back in play for Weddington. Looking to avenge last season's 2-0 loss against South Meck. That throw heads over the end line, and a goal kick in the way for Heaslett once more. Throw-in coming for the Sabres, who have put together quite the season once again. You look back to last year, 17-4-1. They lost to Archery Cal in the third round of the state tournament. Again, double-digit wins this season. As it's played through. And well defended by Addie Long. Goal kick coming for Motto. There's Madison Motto, the junior keeper. 14th appearance of the season for the junior. Canty on the throw. Battle for it. Won by South Meck. Space to drive one central. Off the foot of Beecham. Comes out to Harris. And it heads the opposite way. It's one of the more promising moments of the match. But you see that whistle before Harris is able to get a shot off, as Beecham was battling. Harris, a very capable goal scorer. 7 goals this season, 4 assists. Oh, lovely bit of skill there. Long gets rid of it. Punched over the top. And comes out to Heaslett, who's been busy so far. Has had to make a save, has had to come off her line a couple of times. Beecham sends it out wide. A throw into the way for Weddington. This back line led by Lily Devereaux, the Mississippi State commit. They have a pretty big challenge today against a South Meck team that averages over 4 goals per match. A lot of attacking talent for the Sabres this season, led by head coach Brian Murray. As this is rolled ahead to Santos, flag stays down, Santos one-on-one, Santos scores!
Goal for Weddington by number 23, Paige Santos.
Paige Santos, her 4th of the season, and Weddington strikes first. Beautiful through ball. It's this fantastic run by Santos, able to shield off Watson, and one-on-one with Heaslett. Santos calmly tucks it in. Beautiful feed by Abby Hoover. And Santos does the rest. The 2 top attacking pieces on this Weddington team connect. Although it's a bit of a role reversal. It had been Hoover, the leading goal scorer for this team. Santos, leading assister. Right there, it's Hoover the assist, Santos the goal. And it's 1-0. Warriors lead it in this first half of action.
Sorry, man. We up here fighting with bugs, too.
19th minute goal. And exactly the start that Powell Williams' squad was looking for. Can't do the intercept. Stays with the Warriors. Strong start for Weddington today. A team that, according to head coach Powell Williams, feels they're in a pretty good spot right now. They've been consistent, he said, over these last 4 or 5 matches. Not allowing many goals defensively. In fact, have conceded just 5 goals during this unbeaten streak. And he feels they're getting playoff ready based on a challenging schedule. Here's a dangerous giveaway at the back. It's Hoover who corrals it. Hoover works it central. And no deflection as it's just struck out and will be a goal kick for Heaslett. And a stoppage here as the 2 teams make their way to the sideline. They'll get a chance to have a water break, and understandably so. Temperatures in the mid-80s. And you see Lily Heaslett chatting things over with Lily Nixon as they make their way to their respective benches. Here's a look at that goal just minutes ago. Beautiful through ball. The run in the back end by Santos, able to sneak past that back line. And Hoover using that left foot, perfectly weighted feed. It's the first touch by Santos to just knock it a little bit further ahead. Only the 8th goal this season that Lily Heaslett has conceded. And this is the start that the Warriors certainly hoping for with 20 minutes and 9 seconds to go in this first half. And you see head coach Brian Murray instructing his South Meck team now having to play from behind. Of course, still a lot of soccer left to play. Out of the water break, we will get back to it with a Heaslett goal kick. Thrilled to have you with us here on Bahakel Sports. Beautiful night here at Weddington High School, but it is hot. That's why we just had that water break. Heaslett puts it back into play, and away we go. Final 20 minutes of this first half of action. Quick toss towards Hoover. Hoover controls, marked by Wawek. Key battling along the touchline. It will be a throw for the home side. Quickly into Hoover. And now a point in the opposite direction. First substitution for Weddington. Kelly Heitshaw enters. Nodded on. Comes out towards Santos. And it's back to South Meck. Take a look at that contact. Rothenberger taps it wide, lifted over the top, draws Motto off her line, and no trouble for the junior keeper. Hasn't been tested yet in this first half. This is a match that so far has been controlled by the Weddington midfield. They've done a really good job. That's exactly how Powell Williams said he wants his team to play. He wants the midfield to be physical, to really set the tempo for the match. Santos cross blocked. And a handball just outside the area. So this sets up what amounts to be a short corner kick for Weddington. Clear handball as Abby Hoover stands over it, leading goal scorer on this team, but earlier today showed off her distribution abilities. Now 4 assists in the season, coupled with 8 goals. And she's ready to put this in play. Sun beating down on Hoover, the sophomore. Hoover curls it, back post. And headed out for a goal kick. Will be a throw for Weddington, working with a lot of pace to get that ball back into play. Heitshaw feeds central for Key. Devereaux slips it through. What tremendous vision to connect with Santos, but it was too good to be true. The offside flag is raised. But you can see that connection, the skill from Devereaux. Just the vision to get that through multiple layers of defense and connect with Santos, who was offside. Just shows the tremendous skill of the junior for Weddington. And here's Key. Her strike turned away. What a save by Lily Heaslett. That's why she's headed to the ACC next season. Tremendous save. And keeps it at a 1-0 scoreline. And it's given away. Kazat plays central. Rothenberger's strike blocked. And cleared out for a throw. Substitutions for both teams, including Mia Watson re-entering for Weddington. Inside the final 15 minutes of this first 40 minutes of action. It was the goal by Paige Santos that has Weddington in the driver's seat. Canty again will toss it in. Connects with Julia Greer. The Wofford commit. Greer tries to work that byline. Strong tackle. And last came off of Greer. Lovely move by Greer, but that just shows Hoover's mentality. She gets left in the dust, then gets right back up, and a physical slide tackle to break things up and actually send it back to Weddington. But that's that junkyard dog of a player that Powell Williams was talking about. Lifted long. Kiefer tries to maneuver along the touchline and muscled off of it by Taylor. Now floated over the top. Again, Taylor stride for stride with Kiefer. And it's back to the home side. As we tick away in this first half, two of the top teams in the region, two of the top teams in the state. Both these teams ranked at the top 25 in this week's high school overtime rankings. Weddington ranked 17th, South Meck 18th. Watson is met by Hoover, who was just all over the pitch. Hoover attempts the 1-2 unsuccessfully as Canty scoops it up. Here's Hoover once more. And shove from behind draws the free kick. Any sort of contact like that from behind certainly will warrant that whistle. As Devereaux lifts it long. Tap towards Santos. Cleared only as deep as Taylor. Back to Santos. One goal already for Paige Santos. She'll slice central. Now cuts back on Watson. Santos stays on it. Santos cross. Deflected out by Heaslett. Another corner kick. She is so skillful on the ball. Able to stay with it. Good recognition. And she tries to pop it central, but it's Heaslett who wisely comes out to stop it. Second corner of the night for Weddington, as Hoover powers it in there, and Heaslett snags it and disposes of it lightning quick. That angle cut off momentarily, but space for Kiefer to work with. Greer out to her left, finds Canty. Back to Greer. Played long. And well read by Caroline Wawak, who's been busy at the back. This back line has been tested quite a bit. You see just how eager Weddington is to send some of those through balls long on counters. Bernath, dispossessed by Santos. Physical challenge, and Santos the one whistled. Tries to maneuver around Bernath, and that shove from behind. Free kick for South Meck as Walwick, the ETSU commit, places it and is ready to put this back into play. Floats it goalward. Hovering ball is high pointed by Motto. Really one of the few times she's even had to get her paws on it. Hasn't been busy in this first half.
Yeah, boy. He's official, boy. I clicked the back button on the remote on the camera, and I didn't realize that was the
And this is certainly a scoreline that reflects what we've seen in this match. It's been some strong bit of possession for Weddington, creating some dangerous opportunities as Ava Suttles re-enters, and she'll line up for the throw-in. Love those cleats, by the way, neon. Awesome look. Ball played short for Nixon as we approach the final minutes of this first half of action. Canty stays strong on it, but gives it away. Hoover plays it over the top. Very direct with it. Key. Space to send it across. Does just that towards Santos. Out to Hoover. Key. 1-2 attempt read perfectly by Canty. Strong challenge, one back by Weddington. And given away is Wawak. Once more gives it back to the Warriors. Strong takeaway there by Caroline Arndt. She has space, options on both sides. Tries to feed Santos. Well defended by Watson, who was put in a pretty precarious situation there. 2-on-1 on her side of the pitch and able to break it up and allow her teammates to retreat defensively. Santos. Punched goalward and knocked down by Heaslett off the boot of Ava Suttles. Takeaway from Arndt. And a throw in as we approach the final 5 minutes of this first half. A change for both teams. Hannah Harris re-enters for the visitors. And Haley Ray on for Weddington. Greer pushes the issue. Greer plays one central. Stays in the area. And lifted up and just wide of the uprights. One of the better buildups that we've seen so far from South Meck. Here's Watson. Bit of space to work with. Watson's feed perfectly read by Devereaux. Comes out to Watson. Finds Key. Dances out wide. Centering feed. Cut out of the area. Comes out to Devereaux, who is routinely the best player on the pitch, according to Powell Williams, and we've seen her prowess on full display tonight. Arndt battling with Kiefer. Leaves it off. Watson taken off of it. And South Meck just hasn't really been able to counter. Have to give a lot of credit to Weddington limiting these counter chances from South Meck. Surge forward by Greer, and she's muscled off of it. Strong challenge by Arndt. Played long. As we approach the final 2 minutes of this first half, throwing for Weddington as they did 1-0 on the Paige Santos goal. Back to the 19th minute of this one. High-level non-conference matchup. Two local opponents. Just a couple tune-ups left before the postseason begins. And this is just the newest in a long line of really challenging out-of-conference matches for both of these programs. You look at Weddington's schedule, having already played Providence Day, Ardrey Kell, Charlotte Latin. South Meck matchups against Huff, Hoggard, Marvin Ridge. Inside the final minute of this first half. Watson tosses long. Nodded out to Abby Hoover. Hoover gives it away. And again, Devereaux this step. Final 30 seconds of this first half. Time for perhaps one last build-up. Foot race. Devereaux, the first one to it, wisely rolls it out. And that will wind things down in this first 40 minutes of action. It was the 19th minute goal by Paige Santos, assisted by Abby Hoover. And through the first half of action, in this marquee non-conference matchup, Weddington, a 1-0 lead over South Mecklenburg. Stick with us for the Downer Law Firm halftime report on Bahakel Sports. Welcome into the Downer Law Firm halftime report on Bahakel Sports. John Gross with you here at Weddington High School. Halftime, the Warriors at home, a 1-0 lead over South Meck in this top 25 showdown in the state of North Carolina. We'll step aside once again. Back after this on Bahakel Sports. Halftime at Weddington High School, the Warriors a 1-0 lead over South Mecklenburg. This critical non-conference matchup, a marquee showdown on this Thursday night. Let's take a look back at the first 40 minutes of action here on Bahakel Sports. And the story in the first half, the chances that Weddington was able to create. This is a team that played on its front foot for the majority of that first half, applied a lot of pressure on this back line. A couple chances against Lily Heaslett. But this was the moment that they had the breakthrough. A beautiful feed. The run by Santos as she works it around Heaslett. But how about the feed from Abby Hoover, showing her ability to distribute. Santos just well to stay on side and calmly rolls it past Lily Heaslett. But through the first half of action, we'll have the second half for you in just a bit. 1-0 Weddington leads South Meck at the break. Halftime winding down here at Weddington High School. The Warriors a 1-0 lead through the break over South Meck. This interesting non-conference showdown of this Thursday night. Take a look back at some of the highlights from that first half. And again, Weddington applying a lot of pressure on the South Meck back line. A couple chances against Lily Heaslett. And then it was the breakthrough moment. This is a tremendous ball by Abby Hoover. As she locates Paige Santos. Works on Gabby Watson. That's been a matchup to watch. Santos and Watson at the left flank. And you see that touch to create the separation. Not just to control the ball, but also to create that separation against Watson. And Santos able to take care of the rest. And a 1-0 lead at the break for Weddington. Final non-conference match of the regular season for the Warriors. They'll play again tomorrow at Porter Ridge. 2 more matches next week. Final week of the season for the Warriors. Meanwhile, South Meck play at Myers Park next week on May 7th in an enormous conference match before wrapping up the regular season. Going out of conference once again against Charlotte Catholic on May 9th. Teams will switch sides. South Meck in the white kits. You see them led by head coach Brian Murray. His team has been dominant this season, 10-3-3, entering today outscoring opponents 65-8 on the season. But different story today, and a little bit of trouble through 40 minutes. 1-0 deficit for the visitors. And we'll see adjustments they're able to make. And one of the big things they really struggled with was generating attacking opportunities. Really did not have any threatening moments offensively in that first 40 minutes. Teams will switch sides. Weddington will start with it. Trada Cattervell, the freshman, the second leading goal scorer, stands over it. Powell Williams says she's been a real bright spot for this team as a freshman. She's sneaky quick, she's tough. Provides great pressure for his Weddington team in an attacking sense, and it's remarkable what she's been able to do this season as a freshman. And we are underway, final 40 minutes in this non-conference showdown on this Thursday night at Weddington High School. John Gross with you here on Bahakel Sports. Thrilled to have you with us for this match. Two teams with their sights set and some deep postseason runs, and a stumble at the back by Lily Nixon. Able to stay with it and get back to her feet. You look back to last year, Weddington got to the Final Four of the state tournament. South Meck reached the third round. Both teams had their season ended by archery Kell. In fact, Powell Williams said that his team still has some battle scars from that 7-0 match to end their season a year ago. And the reality is that despite the youth of this team, a lot of the starters are back from last year's team. Here's Santos, who scored the go-ahead goal back in the first. And a stumble. He nearly won it back. Hadley Hoover now. Surges ahead. Lays it wide for Santos. And Santos over the touchline, throw in for South Meck. Good step there by Hoover. And she wins it back for her side. Abby Hoover has been all over the pitch, making things happen in the final third and retreating defensively. Here's Greer speeding after it. Greer surges goalward. Greer stays on it. Greer goes down. No whistle. Simply a corner kick for South Meck. Here's another look. There is certainly contact in that Greer goes down. Nothing that warranted the awarding of a penalty kick. Instead, just a corner. And it's Kazat who will take it. Outswinging service from Kazat. Popped out of the area. Beecham settles. Beecham caught up in the touchline. And Beecham goes down. Wins a free kick just inside the touchline. You see that contact. Caroline Warwick stands over it. 5 goals and an assist this season for the junior, who will head to ETSU to play her college soccer. Warwick lifts it into the 18. Spun just wide. Comes back out towards Warwick, and South Meck will have a chance to put it back in play. This has been one of the more sustained stretches of possession in the attacking third for the visitors. And it's given away as it's lifted out of the back third by Watson. There's Gabby Watson. Weddington 8-4-3 in the season. South Meck at 10-3-3. Ramirez. Ricochets ahead to Bernath. And she's dispossessed by Devereaux. What a key piece of this team she is. As is Hoover, who's on it here. A little bit of breathing room. Hoover lets it fly. And that is routine for Lily Heaslett. Heaslett, the Syracuse commit. One of the region's top goalkeepers. Multi-time all-conference honoree. Now in her senior season for South Meck. Devereaux. Jockeys with Rothenberger. Devereaux with multiple defenders trying unsuccessfully to muscle it off of her. Can't do so. A lot of contact there and certainly a whistle. Hadley Hoover readies in the free kick for Weddington. Part of this talented back line. Hoover alongside Devereaux. Really dynamic duo in the back for this team. Addie Long in the mix as well in the back line. Talented bunch that has conceded just about a goal per match this season. Good read by Hoover. She'll accelerate, chance to counter with numbers. And it's broken up by Canty. Ramirez nearly on it. And instead a throw for Weddington. Quickly tossed in, down the touchline towards Key. Did not take a touch off of Caroline Wawick and goes right back to South Meck. And free kick awarded to the visitors. Tune up tonight before a pivotal match against rival Myers Park for South Meck. Next time out. That's a match that'll go a long way in determining conference positioning. They beat Myers Park last month as Heasley comes well off her line. Open net for the moment. And it's knocked out for a throw. Long tries to connect with Watson, can't do so. But again, Heaslett put under some pressure. Major credit to Weddington for continuing to create some opportunities. Hasn't been as plentiful in the second half as what we saw in the first 40 minutes. But still a dangerous moment just moments ago. Bernath rolls it up the pitch, locates Greer. Greer knocked off of it. Big switch for Kazat. She can't keep it as Key has it for Weddington. Key now plays through the contact. And that skies over the touchline for a South Meck throw. Good hustle by the freshman Mia Watson to win it back. Quickly lost. Ramirez had it momentarily. Ramirez goes down. Opens the door for a South Meck free kick. Caroline Wawick will take it. As she waves numbers forward. 5 in the box for South Meck. Floated long. Hadley Hoover chests it down. Stays in the attacking third. Hoover able to whisk it out of danger. And Key surges after it. Zoe Key in the move. Has Watson central. Key forced to pull it back out. Still fighting. Pop towards goal by Arndt. And no trouble for Heaslett. Quality first touch by Devereaux. And the clearance by Motto. She's not thrilled with it. Here's Canty. Ramirez turns into space, cuts it back. Lovely bit of skill. Tries to find Kazat, can't locate her. Watch this from Ramirez. This is special. First of all, that first touch was quality. And then the ability to create more separation.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time, the Central West High School Dr. Jeff Plaster is going to present two trophies. First trophy will be presented tonight is for the Southern Carolina Conference regular season championship. This year, the champions of the regular season of the conference were the
Weddington will have to back it up a little bit. Devereaux plays it back to Motto. Good clearance under some duress. Canty settles. Canty surges. Canty with Watson behind her comes out to Greer. Greer strike deflected. Kazat unleashes and clears the crossbar. The best look we've seen from South Meck today. Kind of pinballed around. Great feed by Harris to locate Kazat. And the freshman lifts it just over the crossbar. The freshman has had some big moments this season. We mentioned that Myers Park win on April 19th, a huge win for the Sabres. It was Kazat who assisted on the game-winning goal in overtime.
All right, at this time, Dr. Plaster will present the Southern Carolina Conference Tournament Championship to the Magnums of Baldwin Ridge High School. And Coach Linda Navarro.
We've played about 15 minutes in the second half. 1-0 lead for Weddington. That first half goal by Paige Santos, the difference so far. Santos hasn't had many touches this half. Ramirez hustles after it, but Devereaux, such a sure-footed center back, makes the play. Able to roll it forward. Pop towards Watson. Gets a touch on it, bit of a heavy touch at that. Still Watson. Oh, what a turn. Watson hits it. And Heaslett brings it in. Another save for the senior keeper. The touch from Devereaux into her face and has to walk that off. Seems to be okay. The star of this back line for Weddington. There she is, the Mississippi State Bulldog commit. Third-year varsity player for the junior.
She's used to that stuff.
Cross towards the middle. And it will be a corner kick for Weddington. This was Weddington who's making something out of nothing. Comes off the chest of Canty. Heads over the byline. And another corner. Corner kicks have been exclusively taken by Weddington tonight. Looking to add to this 1-0 edge. Low in swinger. Stays in the area, now nodded out of the box. Watson battles with Canty. Last came off of Weddington as it heads down to the Sabres. Still trying to kickstart this attack. Quality chances have been fairly limited so far for the visitors. Well, is this potentially something? Ramirez tries to slice through traffic and aren't able to clear it out. Canty. Tap back to Rothenberger. Wawek now searching for Ramirez unsuccessfully. Nearing the midway point of the second half. Still just that one goal coming in the first half by Paige Santos. As expected, a very competitive match. And these two teams have had their fair share of lopsided fixtures this season, but you knew coming into this one it would be extremely close, down to the wire. Feels like that will be the case in this one. Officially at the midway point of the second half. Weddington unbeaten since its loss against Ardrey Kell back on March 19th. Meanwhile, South Meck coming off of a loss against Ardrey Kell, hoping to bounce back. Long toss, knocked ahead towards Greer. Throw for Weddington. Here's Ramirez. That window quickly closes. Rothenberger comes right back to her. Leaves it for Bernath. Out wide, Watson. Able to flick it off of Taylor. South Meck continues to inch up the touchline. Bernath. Popped goalward. And it's high pointed by Motto, who again hasn't had to do all too much tonight. Which is a major credit to, of course, her back line, but also the midfield, especially in that first half. It's a pretty dominant performance in the midfield by Weddington. Second half, we've certainly seen a bit more from South Meck than we did in the first half. Santos gives chase, and Heaslett scoops it up. Easlet, pretty remarkable story. She played soccer from a young age. At about 4 years old, she started. She actually gave up the sport because she didn't like it. Then got back into it in 4th grade. Her coach, when she was in 4th grade, made her a goalkeeper for the first time, and she fell in love. And ever since then, she's been playing goalie and is now headed to the ACC next year. Great article in the Charlotte Observer that details her journey. Santos surges after it. Mad dash to get there. Santos wins it. Quickly rolled out by Warwick. Santos again at the controls. Shovels it out. Taylor drives it across. Watson. Can she get there? No. Here is Easlet. Kiefer connects with Rothenberger. Greer now. Greer taken down, and they play on. It's a clean challenge by Caroline Arndt. Devereaux knocks it through towards Catterville. Arndt again there. This time it comes off of Arndt, but will be a throw back pretty deep in South Meck's side of the pitch. And you can see the referee pointing, keep going back, keep going back. And this will allow Weddington to extend its press a bit. Haven't seen this team extremely aggressive up front in terms of pressing, but they do, and they win it back. Catterville. Santos tries to make the overlapping run. The freshman, her cross, sneaks into side netting. There is the freshman who has had a tremendous debut season as a high schooler. 5 goals and an assist this season. She's the second leading goal scorer on one of the top teams in the state. Long plays it through towards Watson, another freshman. Just goes to show the youth of this team. Greer. Space. Nothing more for Hannah Harris after that touch. Key. Able to keep it in play. Gifted right back to the visitors. Rothenberger. Kiefer now. Canty, acres of space to work with. Canty plays it long. And Ramirez gave chase, but no chance to get there. And Weddington in really no rush to throw this ball back in. There is the star defender, Lily Devereaux. Powell Williams said it. He thinks that she is the best player on the field in most matches. We've seen that ability on full display tonight. And we may see our first booking of the match. We will. Yellow card against Abby Hoover.
Yellow card against Abby Hoover, number 4 for Weddington.
You see Hoover checking on her fellow number 4, Ella Canty. Good to see Canty back in her feet, but Hoover will head off after picking up the yellow. We saw earlier in this half a free kick from this general vicinity. Hung in the area momentarily, and we'll see if Wawak, who can deliver a beautiful ball into the box from this distance, can create something dangerous. She'll do just that. Powers it goalward. Still life. Harris had a toe on it, blasted wide. South Meck on the doorstep. It's all to service by Wawak. And then the strike from Rothenberger with her left foot so close to equalizing. Giveaway. Beecham. Didn't stay on it for very long. Santos, haven't said her name much this half. Here's a touch for the goal scorer. Suttles. Plays it back. Lifted over the top. Headed forward towards Key. Can't get there as Wawak beats her to the spot, but will be a throw for Weddington. Quickly in for Key. Santos goes to work. Powers went across, finds the head of Suttles. Knocks it wide. Quality service by Santos. But the header is off target from Ava Suttles, who hasn't scored this season. She netted 2 goals last year. Final 10 minutes of this one. A much anticipated non-conference matchup. 2 of the top teams in the state. Right now, South Meck searching for that equalizer. Santos rolls ahead. Bit of a heavy touch, and Heaslet is there. Art, a little too physical. Free kick for South Meck. Played long. Cleared as deep as Canty. Able to keep it in play. They will say it did make its way over the touchline. And a change for Weddington. move Suttles out wide on the left side as Abby Hoover re-enters. Just minutes ago, getting yellow card at her first booking of the match. Here is Hoover. Canty cuts it away. And another throw for the Warriors. Now 8 minutes away from victory. Santos. Angling feed. Nobody on the receiving end of it. Hopped over the top towards Key. Comes out to Hoover. Santos. Options on both sides. Plays it left. Gorgeous through ball. Suttles could not power it through. Will be a corner kick for Weddington. Abby Hoover at the corner flag. Inside of 7 minutes to go in this one. Hoover, 1 assist already. Curls this in. Suttles, again, in the area. Last came off of a South Meck player. And a corner kick from the opposite flag. And Suttles will take this. Ava Suttles, the junior, 1 assist this season. The lefty curls it towards the back post. Stays inside the 18. Devereaux strike blocked. Hoover maintains it at the corner flag and wisely deflects it off of a South Meck defender. A foot race for it. A couple players stumble. Devereaux back on her feet. Elevated ball towards Greer. Nods ahead. Hadley Hoover gets there first. That will allow her teammates to recover defensively. Throw in towards Greer. Takes a deflection. And a point to the corner flag. So a corner kick for South Meck. And you get the sense that it might just be a set piece that provides them with that golden opportunity. Final 5 minutes of this one. Working quickly from the corner flag. Outswinging ball. And it's cleared off of a South Meck player for a throw-in. Well defended on the set piece by Weddington. And a handball prompts the whistle. Came off of Canty. Popped over the top towards Key. Flag stays down. Key drives in across. Flutters over the head of Suttles and out for a throw. Final 3:30. Santos watches it. Head out for a throw-in. As that's lifted over the crossbar. Inside 3 minutes to go now. Aren't able to clear it into the attacking half of the pitch. Kiefer with 3 defenders on her. Somehow retains it. Kiefer on the move. 3-on-3. Now numbers. Centering feed. Space to strike. Is it off target? And a promising moment as Kiefer somehow stayed on it. Look at the numerical advantage. It's a 4-on-3, then becomes a 4-on-4. But kind of a fadeaway strike. And our match referee now making his way over to the South Meck sideline, and he wants to add some time to the game clock here.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, 155.
And they will reset the clock. Final minute 50 here. Weddington looking for a second. Heaslet could not keep it in play, and you'll see her race over to the corner flag. Say, hey, send this corner quickly here. Less than 90 seconds to go. Abby Hoover stands over it. Hoover pops it in. Santos back out to Hoover. She'll play it low, looking for Hadley Hoover. And it's over the end line. And a goal kick on the way. Heaslet working with pace. Final 60 seconds. Weddington, that first half goal, the difference so far. Devereaux settles, punches down pitch. Final 30 seconds, maybe one last chance for the visitors. Canty can't maneuver around Watson. It's cleared long by Hoover. Again, the freshman Watson keeps it forward. Here's Santos, the goal scorer. Into the hands of Heaslet as time ticks away here at Warrior Stadium. In a marquee matchup in the state of North Carolina, Weddington protects its home turf, a 1-0 victory on a Paige Santos first half goal. 1-0 the final score in this matchup between the Weddington Warriors and the South Meck Sabres. Big thanks to all of you for joining us, for our entire fantastic crew. My name is John Gross saying so long, and this has been Women's Soccer on Bahakel Sports.